From June 21st to August 2nd, the planet of action, conflict, sudden events is moving through Taurus, and this transit for India is just not an ordinary transit. Yes, my friends, Mars is moving through Taurus. And this particular alignment activates some sensitive points in India's charts, which means we could see heightened emotions, strong public reactions, unusual weather patterns, and some intense political and economic developments. Let me clarify this. I am not the doom and gloom kind of astrologer. The way I look at it, astrology shows periods of pressure, and pressure often brings change. Think of this transit like a pressure cooker. Things have been building under the surface and they are finally coming out, demanding attention. So in this video, let's look at why this transit matters and how it connects India's birth chart with the periods that deserve special attention. Now the chart I use is the India's independence chart. India has Taurus rising, Rahu is placed in the first house. And right now, Mars is entering the same area of the chart. Mars and Rahu together create a reactive energy. Emotions run high. Opinions become stronger, louder, obnoxious. People become extremely protective of their beliefs, of their identities. अब देखो ना, first house represents image and mood of the nation, the collective mindset of the public. So during this period, we may see increased polarization, strong ideological debates, and situations where relatively small events suddenly become bigger because emotions are already running high. Social media, television, public narratives, all these can amplify these reactions, and they make tensions appear larger, more dramatic. Moving on from the drama of public reactions to weather, infrastructure, economic pressure. Yes, my friends, these are not going to be areas that escape this transit. See, Taurus is connected to land, resources, food, financial stability. Mars tends to heat up, aggravate whatever it touches. Mars is also aspecting India's fourth house, which represents domestic peace, agriculture, infrastructure. And because this transit overlaps the monsoon season, we could see extreme weather patterns. This may show up as sudden heavy rainfall, flooding, localized landslides, transportation that is disrupted, extreme weather swings where the weather really heats up, then there is heavy rain. Then again the heat comes up. Pressure on infrastructure and urban systems. Another area to watch is economy. Taurus is concerned with wealth, banking, food supplies. So this period is going to bring volatility in stock market. Intense discussions around inflation and resource management. Major policy decisions involving banking and agriculture. Greater focus on food prices, economic security. In many ways, the real battleground of this transit could be more financial than political. That negatives are not all the story. There's a lot of positivity also involved with this transit. India's moon is in Cancer. So, from that perspective, Mars is moving through the seventh house, the house of gains, achievements, collective goals. What this suggests is interesting. Even though the atmosphere feels pressurized, emotional, chaotic. This country's institutions and leadership may actually be operating from a position of strength. We could see bold decisions, strong national security measures, or major legislative actions aimed at stabilizing situations. We could see reinforced long term goals. So, while people may feel anxious and restless, the bigger picture may actually involve restructuring, strengthening of foundations. Sometimes periods of pressure forces necessary change. Now, 1 month, I think, which has to be looked at closely is July. That is when Mars comes the closest to Rahu, increasing the intensity of this transit. During this time, emotions could run high, debates can become sharper, and events can unfold more quickly than expected. Of course, July is also when Mercury goes retrograde, so miscommunication can also be there. Ultimately, what is this transit all about? Mars in Taurus is asking us to examine foundations. Are we becoming too rigid? What systems need strengthening? Mars is also making us aggressive. I wouldn't rule out border skirmishes. I wouldn't rule out nasty debates on social media. But we need to stay grounded when emotions are high. Remember, astrology is not about fear. It's also about understanding the transits and the cycles we are moving through. If we are aware that this is a weakness, we can choose to disengage. I'm curious. How are you experiencing this energy personally? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy deep astrological insights like this, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and stay with me. Together, through our videos, we understand the bigger cosmic picture. Until next time, stay grounded, stay aware, and take care.